Hi and welcome to this week's episode of JPTV. This week I wanted to talk to landlords about what's happening in the private rented sector. I've been to a really interesting conference this morning which was talking about what's happening in Manchester and the developments that are being built as a PRS model. Now, what a PRS model means is that the development will be institutionalised and it won't be separate landlords that own every single unit. It will be the developer that owns all of the units, and they will of course control what goes on for the tenants, etc. So what I need to speak to single unit landlords about, especially if you own property in the city centre, is to think about how you are going to compete with these new PRS models. They are going to have a lot of flair on them. There is going to be things like cinemas in them, big communal areas and all kinds of other things that are going to come into fruition in these buildings. So my advice to any single landlord or those who have buy-to-let investments across many cities is keep your property up to date with all of its maintenance. Make it look fantastic, make it wow people. Not everybody will want to live in a PRS institutionalised building, but you really are going to have to compete with them. And if you do have a bit of a rundown property or it's looking a bit shabby, it really isn't going to cut the mustard when it comes to this model. So just bear that in mind and think about that for the future of your units. That's all for this week, and I'll speak to you next week.